who's won the 10,000 from Powlele.
Away goes Anima on the Rosehill Guinea.
But Home Affairs has made a mess of them.
Coming through is Fireburn with a big run off the fence. I'm thunderstruck, went boom over the top. Nature Strip clings on. He's king of the mountain this time.
Thanks for waiting. No guarantees, but we'll see what we can do.
Sounds about right.
Oi, oi.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Yeah, what a whirlwind couple of weeks. I'm good, but I can't complain. I feel like I haven't recorded a podcast for a very long time.
I agree. There's been a bit on in the horse racing sphere since we've recorded, but before we get into any of that, there's been a bit on in our personal lives as well.
Yeah.
So it may actually not look like it, but this podcast is the first podcast being recorded from our brand new, and it actually is a proper studio now.
It is a proper studio, mate. Yeah. Yeah, you've hit the jackpot. So obviously we announced it on the podcast a few weeks ago, but Hutch has signed up for a lifetime of debt, aka bought a house, which you've done incredibly well with, might I add. Very homely, good spot, corner block. Obviously not going to say the address. We don't want a big crowd of fans just coming in and, we don't need the tabloids. We don't need the press. We don't need the paparazzi.
No.
But yeah, so part of the property has like a granny flat, you could say, aka our podcast studio.
Yeah.
And it's magnificent. It's built for purpose almost.
Separate entrance, so arguably that's a business expense.
We fuck? We fuck.
Yeah.
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 People who have separate entrance podcast studios. Fuck.
Yeah.
So, mate, congrats. Yeah.
It's
wonderful stuff.
It's exciting stuff, and
Doesn't stop there.
it doesn't. I just thought the good times keep on rolling.
Yeah, they keep on rolling, mate. Downhill.
And I'm
gathering steam.
my knee is actually paying the price this week because I got down on it, and I proposed to my lovely partner, Prue. Thank you, mate.
So, yeah, congrats, mate. Very happy for both of you guys. Both the On the Drift hosts. Would you say we're hosts?
Yeah, good bloody oath we are. It's our podcast. We can call ourselves whatever we like. Geniuses, experts,
big willied men.
Yeah.
Both officially off the market. 2022 was the year for it, apparently.
Yeah.
And you squeezed it in with, 6 weeks ago.
Well, this is my thinking, right? So, and I'll let, this is how the drifters out there need to think when they're thinking about their better half. Is
providing some relationship advice.
100%. At least timing. So,
okay.
I was thinking, okay, I have the asset of the engagement ring.
You have the asset, but you also have the engagement ring.
Yeah. So I have two assets in my back pocket. When are they going to merge? And Prue's birthday is in October. So, and, Christmas, I feel like that's cheap-ish to, you know what I mean? It's like, let's spread out the joy.
Hey, look, not like we've got anything against any drifters out there who might have already pulled the trigger in the past and become engaged on either their or their partner's birthdays or on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Not that we're, having a go at them, but we also
potentially are.
We potentially are. So you thought it would be a good idea, we're talking to you, dumb drifter who's probably done this, to use your birthday to propose to your misso.
What were you thinking?
A day that, let's be honest, is about the couple, but more so about her. Like, girls dream of this shit their entire life, mate. And you've decided to use your birthday for that. Or even worse, her birthday, which is already her day.
Yes.
It's already special.
Yes.
You don't need to use that to get down on one knee.
No.
And then Christmas Eve and Christmas Day belongs to everyone. Hey, what are you guys doing for Christmas this year? Oh, it's actually the anniversary when we got engaged. It's like, no, it's not, fuckhead. It's Christmas Day. Just not that I have a strong opinion on that whatsoever, but no, mate, you've timed it to perfection, mate.
Yeah. Well, I I didn't. There's a very small window of opportunity.
There was a small window.
And,
And it was closing rapidly.
It was, and I thought, you know what, no better time than the present, and may as well do it the weekend that we move in, and bang, celebrations were had, beers were drank by the good people at Gage Roads. It was sensational.
Oh, so it was so good of the good people at Gage Roads to just have some sort of sixth sense and know that you were going to do it and come on cue.
Yeah, it was.
Come on cue with the beers.
Might be a bit rusty. We might be.
Yeah, we might be. There's been some innuendos in this conversation thus far. My apologies. I need to get my head out of my ass.
You do. But I also like it. So yeah, that's currently the life update as we have it. So it's very exciting, obviously. Already had people asking me, "Oh, mate, when are you getting married?" I don't know, mate. I'm 3 days into my engagement. Let me just chill out for a bit, please.
It's all pretty fresh, you know.
Yeah.
There's no rush on that, mate. You know.
Exactly. But yeah, mate, I think it'd be remiss of us to very briefly, because it's bloody ancient news now, to touch on like Melbourne Cup, Champions Day. Yeah.
Well, that sort of shit.
Gold Trip.
Yeah.
What a ride.
Crazy, yeah. Pretty quickly ran Melbourne Cup for the first sort of section, and he just came out on top as the best stayer. It's funny. Like, full credit to him. Second ever win though. I actually I was down there for the Cup Drifters. Obviously spoken about that before, and was at the Big House that night, as you do, and ran into Mick Sharkey of Mick Sharkey fame. And, I think he'd had a few lolly waters during the day, and I asked him. I was just like, "Sharky, thoughts on Gold Trip?" He's like, "Mate, Gold Trip, like second ever win. Good luck if you bet that." Fucking hell, it's a mugs game. I was like, "Sure is, Sharky, it sure is." Anyway, may God bless you, and may you get home safely. And evidently he has.
Was he? What was his game of choice? Or did you just meet him outside? Or
I ran into him near the pokie machine. So maybe he's a Dragon Link enthusiast.
Dragon Link type.
Yeah.
Dragon Link Shark.
Yeah.
The Shark Link.
Yeah, not often that you find a shark on a worker's site after they've just built a brick wall. Playing the bricky's laptop later on, but we found a shark playing on the bricky's laptop. So it's a weird cataclysm of events.
It was,
but yeah, Gold Trip, mate. What are your thoughts?
Just
good on you. Good on you if you found it.
Yeah, 100%. In hindsight, did you have some pretty good European perform? Sure.
Yeah,
but good luck to you if you found it.
If he won the Caulfield Cup, he ran second and ran really well. If he won the Caulfield Cup by 2 or 3 lengths, you'd be like, okay, cool,
yeah. Like my thinking of it is this, right? Do I think, and would I have tipped Durston if he was fit for the Melbourne Cup and they were very keen to go there? No fucking chance. No way.
No, sound logic. Infallible.
So that's my logic right there.
Yeah.
A top weight with 1 win, please. Champions Day. Now, this has worked. This has worked a lot.
I agree. I think it was a resounding success.
And there wasn't, I feel like the entire Flemington Carnival, there was about one short priced winner that won. Everything else was like double figures.
Oh, mate, it was a bloodbath for the punters. The bookies cleaned up. The bookies they haven't won the war, but they won that battle. No doubt. Yeah, it was a bloodbath, mate.
Yeah. And, well, when you have Rockin' Horse winning the Champions Sprint as the first leg, you're like, what? Who? But to be fair.
Caught Nature Strip on, probably an incredibly off day. That's the worst run I've ever seen him have down the straight. He's come second down the straight before and ran better than that.
Bivouac absolutely trounced.
But I still think Nature Strip would have won if he ran up to that level, would have beat Rockin' Horse.
Does
that make sense?
Yeah, I think you underrate Rockin' Horse. Pretty good horse.
No, it's a pretty good horse, but I'm just saying Nate's Trip was off.
Like, and I've said this several times on the podcast this season. Rockin' Horse at $26 is a stupid price.
Yeah, and you were right.
It wasn't necessarily for that race, but TikTok doesn't matter. They think I tipped it at that price. Well, I definitely didn't.
You, baby.
And then who won the mile?
Alligator Blood.
Yeah.
It was just a sit and sprint, mate.
Horse of the Spring?
The Blood?
Mm.
Oh, if Animo didn't exist, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like I'm not taking the piss. Like, yeah.
Mm.
Mate, that's Stradbroke form. Red hot. Valana?
Yeah, I know.
Red hot form.
Yeah.
Elite form. The best form in the country.
Well, it fell over by Private Eye.
Stinky Joe.
God.
Stinky Joe. That was stinky.
Like, we blame Joe, but to be fair.
Not a smart tip from us.
No. In hindsight, it's like, and I think I said this on the podcast too, it's like my only query is 1,300 up to a mile. And that proved to be correct. End of prep, I don't know. It just looks
Quick back up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a terrible bet from us.
Anyway.
In hindsight. And then, Zaki, again, they walked, mate.
And proved that he just loves it his own way.
He loves it his own way. There was no blood. There's no fly in the ointment, which was alligator blood. I reckon Annabelle Neesham, if the blood stayed at 2,000, she would have put Zaki in the mile race.
Mm.
Because she was like, I just don't want anyone else anywhere near me.
Yeah.
So good training performance, that.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
I have a question for you. If you were to order Chinese, like your standard takeaway Chinese, how much or what's your order?
What do I get?
Yeah.
Fried rice, beef and black bean, and then if I fancy it, some spring rolls.
Okay. So basically, rice, a main, and an entree aside.
I'm not trying to set the world on fire, mate.
Yeah. Can I show you something?
Sure.
This is what Big John orders. I'm gonna start doing this.
Okay.
Yeah, can I make an order, please, for collection? Right, could I have a plain chow mein, a shredded chicken chow mein, an egg fried rice, special fried rice, sweet and sour chicken balls, 10, sweet and sour pork balls, 6. Could I have sweet and sour chicken Hong Kong style, sweet and sour pork Hong Kong style, salt and chili king prawn, salt and chili pork, salt and chili chicken, please, kung po prawns, shredded chili beef, beef in black bean sauce, lemon chicken, roast up Chinese style, a portion of chips, prawn crackers, thank you, curry sauce, could I have a large pancake roll and mini pancake rolls, please.
What is happening here?
It's Big John.
Who's Big John?
He's that guy.
Why did he...
Hello there.
88 pounds.
Thank you very much. How long?
Mate.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll come in 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's John. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
And he
can I make an order, please, for collection?
every single video like that. Bosh. So that's Big John. I've discovered Big John in the last week when there's been no horse racing for me to follow. Mate, that video has 375,000 likes, let alone views. What are your thoughts on Big John's order?
I'm speechless. He ordered everything that you could possibly order. Why didn't he just say, hey, everything you have, that's what I want? I don't give a shit how big John is. He's not eating all that. He's dabbling. He might as well have, do you know what Big John's better off doing? Going to an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet and just getting a sample of everything. Actually, because even if like an all-you-can-eat was like $50, 50 pounds or whatever, he still it's a better deal because he's paying less than what he paid there, but then he's having the portion that he actually wants.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Big John trying to flex on TikTok?
He might be.
Is that real life, or have they paid a? Was that a voice actor on the other side of the phone?
No, because there's footage of him eating everything. Mate, he gets it like 5 times a week.
Oh, Big John, you might be taken off on TikTok, mate. You're also taken off to the grave. 6 feet under. Cardiovascular disease city.
So if you wanted to have a look at Big John's work, have a look at Wilbertross on TikTok. I'm going to bring one of these a week.
Wow, okay.
Especially in the off-season with WA racing, because believe it or not, drifters, we're not students of the WA form. So we have to fill this half an hour with something else.
Fuck, we need to be students of being able to unclog every single artery in the body if we were going to help out Big John.
And last time I checked, we're not surgeons. Just order less, John.
No, yeah. It's not rocket surgery, John. Don't order that much.
Yeah, that's mate, because I know you don't have TikTok.
No, I don't. Because look, let's be honest, mate. That's a deep, dark hole that if I start exploring it, I'm going to get lost forever.
Well, that's what I want to do.
Josie, where are you? Help me.
Big John's down here.
Help me. Somebody help. I'm stuck. I'm on a TikTok black hole. Somebody help. But you know what I've recently stumbled upon? Like, and I know they've existed for a long time, but like Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
And just scroll and like
exact same as TikTok.
Exactly. Because I had COVID a couple of weeks ago and just like lying in bed just feeling sorry for myself. I'm like, I can't really do anything because it's not even like I feel like, playing Xbox or some shit. So I just went down a deep, dark hole of Instagram Reels and literally hours would go by, mate. Just consuming content like Big John consumes a succulent Chinese man. Holy shit. Anyway.
So I'm excited to find one of these each week and bring them to you and then just see your reaction.
Okay, yeah, because maybe you could call the segment and just like DJ slowly loses his TikTok virginity 1 week at a time.
Yeah. Wordy. I reckon we need to workshop that title. It doesn't really catch me,
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. We have Group 1 racing at Ascot this weekend. The Railway Stakes, one of their great races.
Sure is.
Handicap mile. Yeah, that's about all I can remember. Western Empire won this last year.
Yeah, he sure did. Easily.
Yeah, he absolutely dominated. Pikey in the irons, things you love to see. And Pikey's back, mate, where he belongs. Oh, no. Man, that's a new couch. Brand new couch.
Oh, sheesh, drifters. That was a long time coming, that one. I was like, you know when you've got to sneeze, it's just about it. It's like, oh, yes, that's loads better. Yeah, Pikey's back in the West. I feel like everything's right in this world. And I tell you what, the late money will come for Treasured Star in those silks.
Yeah.
W Pike on board. Sheesh.
Yeah. But, mate, you have the favourite in Alaskan God, I believe.
Yep.
So, 420 with Neds, $4 the field. You have a lot of different options here. It's a mile handicap. It's basically the Doncaster of the West. So, and you have a couple of Eastern Raiders. You have Ironclad, pardon me, winning partner who probably won't get a run. And, of course, your mate, the Joneses' mate, Yonkers. What is he doing over there?
Yeah, that's a surprising pop-up for Yonkers. Not going to lie. Yeah, look, just going to come out and say I'm no Western Australian form expert, mate.
No.
When you've been keeping an eye on it for long enough on the East Coast, you sort of just go from week to week. You sort of know who's racing and all that sort of stuff. I'm not too familiar with a lot of these. I know Alaskan God, obviously, because he won a stack last prep. So he's doing that. Western Empire wins the Derby as a 3-year-old. Comes back for his 4-year-old season. Does the classic railway. What's the 1800 meter race called? Is that the Kingston?
Yep.
Yeah. So is he Western Empire though?
Who knows?
I certainly don't.
I think there is one very talented horse here, and that's number 16, Tricks of the Trade. You're right.
Oh, gee whiz, just I don't know, there's something in the air.
Yeah.
Just battling a little bit.
So 8 from 13, 13 starts, 8 wins, 3 seconds and a third. Only been outside of the top 3 once, and that was in the WA Derby, where I don't think he actually got the trip. So, and might I add, he started $2.10 favourite that day in the Derby. So, market loved him. His starting price profile is sensational. And if you look at that Asian Bow Stakes, which is a sensational lead-up form reference for this race, he was closing off so strong. And he just got in an awkward position. They fanned out about 5 wide. He was just chasing him down, hunting him down right throughout. Alaskan God probably did finish off a little bit better if he was from that race, which he was.
Yeah, he finished 6th, but he was only a length and a bit off him. Yeah,
exactly. And he was hunting him down late. But I'm still wanting tricks of the trade here because I'm not a big barrier guy, but I feel like barrier 8 with a couple of emergencies coming out, starting for barrier 6 is going to be perfect. You look at tricks of the trade, does tend to get back in his runs, but could potentially sit a bit closer here. I think he looks a sensational bet. So consistent. Why wouldn't I want to back him? $5.
Yeah, he's got that classic sort of WA profile who, has a great 3-year-old season, comes back as a 4-year-old and is sort of thereabouts and, pick off one of these, you'd think. So, yeah, he's right. He's right in the market and rightly so. He's definitely one I looked at. Look, I looked at Alaskan God and he's screaming out for a mile. I think he's screaming out for probably more like your 1,800 and 2,000, this horse. So I don't know if I want to back him in this race. I might back him as it gets out over to a further distance. Look, I'm also looking at Carly's Karma. I thought, if it's just sit and sprint, she'll be up on pace. I thought her run was great last start. She just got chased down by Massimo, and she's dropping 4 kilos here. So yeah, look, I thought she's in with a chance as well. Should sit up on speed. Going with some East Coast form though, at a price $10 with Neds. Number 9 Ironclad. 53 kilos on his back. He's not going to know who he is. He's run the mile 6 times for 3 wins. He'll love the dry deck. I think the Cranbourne Cup is a pretty good form reference for a race like this. He just sort of didn't find a lot of luck. Had to jump back on the inside. Yeah, drops a stack of weight for this race. I think he'll sit sort of midfield from barrier 7. Will Clarkin doesn't travel them often, but when he does, he usually has a pretty good strike rate.
Quick backup from Melbourne to Perth.
That's the biggest query. Melbourne to Perth, quick backup, and it was a pretty brutally run race, the Cranbourne Cup, but Will Clarkin said it's really brought him on. So you've got to trust the trainer there. I don't think he would have sent him / will be running him if he wasn't confident the horse would run well here. So I figure in a race where I don't actually know a lot about the form, go with the East Coast where I actually do know a little bit about the form. So hate those silks, but so yeah, Ironclad for me on top. But yeah, the 4-year-olds in this race have a great record. So Alaskan God, Tricks of the Trade, and Carly's Karma, all great shouts, I think. Well, she's a 5-year-old, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, agreed. Pardon me. I have a few bets on the card. I'm going to get started with race 7, and this is going to be an all-up. It's the first leg of a 3-leg all-up.
Yeah.
It has to be race 7, number 15, Amelia's Jewel.
She's my best of the day, Amelia's Jewel.
220.
Yeah, 220 short, but I think forgive last start. I think the weight just wasn't in her favour. Back to equal weights here. $2.20, any black odds, yeah. She's short, but I think black odds for her is great in this race.
Exactly. Well said. You can all up her into Ballarat, race 9.
Ballarat. This is what I love to see.
Well, it's the main Victorian meeting.
It is true.
But Ballarat race 10.
The last.
Detonator Jack. Did you see this thing last start?
Ridiculous.
He literally blew out his hooves. He exploded that hard.
He did. I was on Nugget ran second, so it's a real shame.
Yeah.
Against him last up, but you get that on the big jobs.
Yeah. And, this is actually an easier grade. He, of course, raises a shitload in weight, but I think he's a really, really smart horse.
Yeah, I remember when he was fresh on the scene, he was considered a really, really smart horse. He was he then got injured.
South Australian Derby, he ran in.
That's right.
Yeah, and he ran quite well.
Yeah, jumper magnate.
Yeah, and he's a Hong Kong winner. So I feel like the form is stacking up. $3.40 you're getting. So here's the second leg of my all up. My final leg of the all up is my best of the day, and that's race 6, number 7, Devoted. If this horse does get a run in the railway, he'll be running very well. But I think I just want him to not get a run. Go to the Carbine Club here. Stick to the 1400. Pikey on board.
Sheesh.
$3 bang. So whatever that's paying with Neds, that's my 3-leg all up. And I also have one roughie for you.
Yeah, give it to me.
Well, if I'm going to have one bet at Ballarat, I may as well have 2.
So we're going back to Ballarat.
Ballarat, race 8 in the Ballarat Cup. Why wouldn't I forgive, actually, a horse for one poor run?
No, you have to.
Have to. I'm going to do that with number 7, Foxy Frida. Why not? She's just been quite consistent, having 3/4 until she failed last start in the Matriarch behind a Tissue, who she'll face again here. But bit of cut out of the ground at Ballarat. I think that suits her here. Why wouldn't she go out and run a race here?
17s with Neds.
Hey, chuck $5 on. You'll get a nice return if she wins.
Exactly. You don't have to outlay much with a price like that, mate.
No. So Foxy Frida for me, I think she's well above her true odds.
Lovely. Lovely. All lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't really have any other plays for the day, to be honest.
No, well, it's officially our off season. So
it is, yeah. We're just doing this for fun.
Yeah. And I'm doing this for the TikTok reactions. That's what I'm doing this for.
Fully invested in TikTok.
Yeah. But mate, thank you for coming out all this way.
My pleasure.
But yeah, how good, Drifters. We have it's a new age for this podcast. So
yeah, it's almost like a season. What are we up to now?
This is season 5.
Season 5.5.
Yeah.
So this is sort of vibes we got.
Yeah. So
look the fuck out.
And you'll see a full scale of how this studio actually works when we do our next Quaddy Companion, which will be, I'd say, over the next couple of weeks or so. We'll see how we're going. One of the WA Group 1s, we'll do it.
That sounds like a great idea.
But yeah, once the WA Group 1s are done, we're done for the year. So, and then we might, I think we've said this each time, we might come back with some Magic Million stuff, but no promises.
Zero promises, mate. So the Winterbottom's the 26th, and then you've got is it the Northerly Group 1?
That used to be the Kingston Town. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yep.
So yeah, that's on the 3rd of December. So
yeah.
Sheesh.
Where do you think and last thing we touch on before we leave, where do you think WA racing sits in the hierarchy of racing in Australia?
Above South Australia.
Well, clearly.
Below Queensland.
Okay, so 4th.
Yeah. Queensland Winter Carnival's fantastic, mate.
It is.
Fantastic. But no, I like WA Carnival.
Where you start and finish that statement is Stradbroke form. That's all you need to say.
The proof is in the pudding. It's not just us saying it.
No. Alligator Blood came over before and he whispers something in our ear. Stradbroke form.
Stradbroke form. Keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Drifters. Thank you for joining and watching. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Drifters. Good luck.